First off, I'd just like to say thank you. Faith Regional would like to say thank you to Pierce High School and Pierce community for allowing us to be part of your school and your community. The athletic training services by me are donated to the school, and in the last few years we've added a physical therapy service as well. Not donated, but it's available to you in the school building to your son or daughter should they become injured. Twice a week, a therapist will come and see your son or daughter back in the office and utilize the gym and the weight room and everything. So it's really a really convenient way should that need arise. That being said, obviously we have great therapy in town with John Hausman, and it's totally your choice. But I think the convenience factor there, as well as kind of the team approach that this is a physical therapist here that comes up, Russ Balmer, as well as Lane Hankey downtown. He's got a new place. Go check that out if you get a minute. We can really work as a team. If we're all Faith Regional employees, we can share information a lot easier. And so the convenience factor really is a great thing to work with that. So main reason why I'm up here in front of you is LB 260, which has been a legislation by the state of Nebraska that every school district makes it mandatory to educate parents and athletes about head injuries and some of the things that go along with that, as well as the new adopted protocols and returning from a head injury. So the first component, obviously, education. That's why you're here. That's why I'm up here. There's a couple of websites there that have nice, pretty short videos. If you're interested, or if you have a question about a head injury, or your son or daughter is complaining about something, and you think, well, maybe that could be related to a head injury, those videos have great information on them. They're very easy to follow and understand. Obviously, I'm available at any time via cell phone through the school if you should have questions about something. So please visit those if you feel the need. The next component of it is the removal from play. So any suspected head injury, whether maybe I was out at football practice and a volleyball player gets a suspected head injury, they contact me. I didn't see it, but gathering information, I suspect that they have a head injury. I cannot let them go back to practice that same day. So it's immediate removal from the current activity, whether that's a practice or a game, and until further evaluation can be made. So once I get them, I'll just kind of go through my process a little bit, some of the signs and symptoms. Once I get a hold of them, I'm going to evaluate them. Signs and symptoms of a head injury, obviously this is not a conclusive list, but number one, usually headache, dizziness, nausea, ringing of the ears, trouble concentrating, trouble with light and loud noises that exacerbate your symptoms, sleep pattern disruption, appetite disruption, or abnormalities. And so those are some of the things you can kind of watch for. Obviously, I'm around the kids a lot, and so I can pick up on those things usually. Sometimes it's self-reported. Most of the time it is, or our coaching staff is good about saying, hey, go talk to so-and-so, here's what I saw, and just make sure they're okay. And so then once that happens, if it's deemed that, yeah, I do believe that they do have a head injury, then I will obviously remove them from play. Then I will contact you, the parent, about your son or daughter and let you know what's going on. There is some paperwork involved with that they will bring home to you. And then we will restrict their activity both in the athletic realm and the academic realm. This is new a couple of years ago. That's the return to learn there. It's starred because it's kind of a new thing. Any person exhibiting symptoms of a head injury has the ability to modify their academic coursework or requirements until those said symptoms are resolved. So that means they're allowed to maybe leave the classroom, take a break, go to a quiet place to finish their homework or test, go to the nurse's office and lie down, or other things, leave early from class to avoid the loud crowds, things like that. Then once they can complete school days with no symptoms, then at that point there's a protocol that I follow, which is a gradual, graded return of physical activity, starting low and doing 5 minutes or so, and then adding to it each day until they return back to competition level. They're not allowed to complete the return to play with me or with their healthcare provider until they are no longer part of the return to learn program. So that means they just have to be symptom-free during the school day, during a normal school day, sitting in school. Then once they achieve that, which is usually, if they're going to achieve that, then they're ready to do the exercise and get back to play. Then the final component is a written and signed return to play from a qualified healthcare professional. I can do that. I hope that you'll let me do that because it's much more convenient for you and for me rather than having your family physician or whoever that might not be quite as versed in concussions and how to treat them. I guess that's my only concern usually when that happens, is that the ER doctor that they saw or someone that just doesn't deal with sports head injuries very often is going to clear them, and sometimes that can get a little tricky. So I prefer that I do it because I know your kids and I know what to look for, and I can usually spot it if they're trying to pull one over on me. And so I can sign that, and then you will sign that, and your athlete will sign that, and then everybody can get back to life as normal. The next thing is, there's the little just component of return to learn plus return to play equals the return to activity. Blue Jays Committed is a group we have here. I meet with kids maybe once a month or once every other month, and we talk about lifestyle. We talk about character development. We talk about habits and how all of that plays into performance. And it's something that I really enjoy doing, and I hope they learn something. And I think the biggest thing is I just want them to think about what they're doing off the field or away from the field, whether that's nutrition or hydration or alcohol and drugs, and how that's affecting what they're trying to do in the gym. And inconsistent behaviors are going to give you inconsistent results. So we talk about blood flow to the brain and how it works when you sleep well and how it doesn't work when you're not sleeping well. We talk about recovery nutrition, and that's why we have the protein chocolate milk program. You can cut your muscle damage levels down by up to 83% in studies. So you want to be less sore, you want to bounce back faster for a game Thursday, you got another game Saturday. Recovery nutrition is a pretty big deal when you're talking about performing well many times, in a short time window. One time drunk is 14 days of lost training effect, and your hormone and physiological levels are a mess for up to 2 weeks. I'm pretty excited to say that the director of the Life and Athlete program is coming to Pierce next month. And you want to talk about someone who is an absolute expert in their field, which happens to be human performance, which translates pretty well for someone who's trying to be an athlete. September 7th, he's going to be here and speak to, I believe, the whole student body, not just the athletes, I'm not sure, but he's done it all: NCAA, NHL, NBA, NFL. U.S. Navy SEALs sought him out to train their SEALs on how they could be better. So, he's really is, utmost expert of human performance. So, don't miss that if you have an athlete in your home. And that's pretty much all I have. Thank you, and have a good year.